bacon basil pasta. It's a super easy summer dish that we're gonna pop right into. The secret to this is a caramelized onion that we're gonna blend up in the sauce. So I'm just gonna start here, get my pan on about a medium-high heat, and add a little bit of grapeseed oil. You can use whatever cooking fat you have on hand. There is bacon in this recipe, so in a perfect world, you would cook your bacon and then use the bacon fat, but it's a Monday, it's not perfect. Here we are. So we're gonna let this get good and hot. So when your pan is hot, you can check by just tipping it up. If the oil runs fast like water, you're ready to go. Just toss in that onion. Yeah, you wanna hear a sizzle. Scooch it around and then immediately lower your heat. Cool, so we're gonna let this saute for a few minutes and then we'll get into our caramelization process. All right, so once we start to get some brown, just a little bit of brown edges on here, bring that heat down to just above the lowest setting. So like a low, and then set this lid over your pan. Perfect. You want kind of a lid that doesn't fit perfectly because you want to trap most of the steam so that it cooks it slowly. You want to let a little bit of that steam out. That's going to help the sugars caramelize in there. So our pan's down almost to its lowest heat, and this is going to take about 40 minutes to caramelize. So we're going to check in about every 10-15 minutes, give it a stir, and see how we're doing. All right, so it's been about 20 minutes that the onions have been caramelizing. Just gonna peek in here. I just like to let any excess water from the steam fall in there. It kind of helps them caramelize. Yeah, and so you can look in here and see they're getting nice and brown. They're getting really soft. They're kind of beginning to let go a little bit. We're kind of looking for an onion jelly at the end. So this is excellent. I'm just giving them a stir every 15 minutes or so, maintaining just above the lowest heat setting. And about 20 more minutes on these and we'll be ready to go to the next step. All right, so it's been about 40 minutes. We're gonna check in with our onions here. Glorious. They are jelly onions. You could take them even further if you wanted to, but I'm hungry, so this is gonna be where we call it at. And then bring a big pot of water over here that we're gonna bring to a boil. And you wanna salt it till it tastes like the ocean. This is the easiest way to flavor your noodles. Great. You can throw a lid on it, bring it up to a boil a little bit faster. When we're not filming for you, I actually like to keep this at a low simmer on the back of the stove so it just is ready to boil when I am. But now it's time to make the sauce. All right, so the sauce. We are gonna start with our caramelized onion. You just scrape that right into your blender. I'm actually gonna hang on to this pan and use it to mix the pasta in later. Save a dish. To that, we're gonna add 2 bunches of basil. Think like 2 packed full cups of basil. You don't wanna skimp on the basil, it is the essence of the sauce. And at this point, if you want any basil for garnish, go ahead and pull off a few leaves. But you just twist it off its stems. Check for any big ones because those won't blend up super well. But you don't have to be super particular. All right, so we got our onion, we got our basil in there. Just carefully pack it down so that the blades can actually catch it. I've got 3 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. Add some coarse kosher salt in there. Excuse my Band-Aid, I caught myself grating Parm cheese earlier. Happens to the best of us. All right, make sure your blender's not on high so it doesn't bop up here and hit you with it. We're just gonna start on a low blend, increase it, and then add 3 tablespoons of oil. And really, it's not so much exactly 3 tablespoons as it is you wanna add enough oil until the sauce is loose and running smoothly. And if you get an air pocket in here, like it seems we have, just poke it down. There we go. Might have to mess with it just a little bit. There we go. Excellent. So we're gonna check the thickness here. And it should be a pourable consistency. That's excellent. We still want it to be fairly thick so that it hangs onto those noodles for you. So that's it. That is the sauce for it. We're gonna do a quick test. Excuse me. We're gonna do a quick taste for salt. Add some more salt if you need it, but that's it. That's all you gotta do. We're gonna be on to cooking our pasta, and then it's time to eat. Okay, so our water is boiling. We're gonna add our pasta. I like to use fettuccine because I'm a fan of the flat wide noodle and it really holds the sauce well, but you can literally use any pasta that you want for this recipe. So this recipe that we're making today is gonna do about 2 portions. This is a pound of pasta, so we're gonna use half of it. I will not judge you if you make a whole batch of this for 2 people. We may have done that in the past. All right, so fan them out here. And then I've got my little spaghetti stirrer. And you just kind of encourage them in as the warm water softens them up. So basically cook your pasta according to package directions. I like to check mine after about 6 minutes or so, just stir it occasionally, and I'll just pull one out, run it under cold water, and see how tender it is. I wanna stop it right before it's where I wanna eat it at, or al dente as they say. Excellent, so that's gonna continue cooking. We're gonna drop our heat just a little bit. We wanna maintain the boil. While our onions were caramelizing, I grated some Parmesan cheese, chopped up a tomato, and can't forget this part. So I cooked the bacon in the oven. You can certainly do this on the stovetop if you want to do it in the oven. We have a whole video on how to do this on our channel, so you can just head over there and search it. But cook the bacon up. This is a nice thick cut bacon. You can use whatever kind you'd like, and I'm just gonna give this a rough chop, and then we'll be ready to go. So we're about 1 to 2 minutes out on the pasta. This is the part, when you start cooking your pasta, you want to have everything else ready to go, because once it's done, it'll go very quickly. So if for whatever reason you're not ready to throw all of your pasta together when the pasta is done, we're gonna run cold water over it when you drain it. Otherwise, we'll just keep it hot. However, if you don't stop it with cold water, it will keep cooking. And if you're gonna be like 10-15 minutes before you're actually ready to plate things up, it's gonna be overdone pasta, which is a sad thing, although still delicious. I do not endorse grabbing noodles straight from the pot. All right, so our pasta is ready to go. So we're just gonna go ahead and drain this. We are not gonna run cold water over it because we're gonna assemble this right away. Safety first when draining pots of boiling water. Steam burns are a real and unfortunate thing. Great. Shake off the excess water there. Perfect, we're gonna get rid of this pan. Actually just pop it in there to finish draining for a sec. All right, so the pan we did our onions in, we are just gonna pop that onto a all the way low heat. We're not trying to cook anything, we just wanna hold it warm. To that pan, we're gonna add half of our sauce. Add your noodles right in. That's a nice trick so that your noodles don't stick to the bottom of a hot pan, is add your sauce in first. There, and it just kind of coats the bottom. Yum. I want a little bit more sauce in here. Just give it a twirl till it's nice and coated. And while it's still warm, we're gonna go ahead and add a generous handful of Parm cheese. Stir that in, get everything all mixed together. With some tomatoes. And don't forget the bacon. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Mix this in here a little bit more. All right, and we are ready to serve. So find your, like one nice looking bowl in the house that doesn't have a chip in it. And go ahead and grab and spin the pasta. We're gonna go 1, 2, and in. And then as you set it, oops, don't do that. As you set it down, you can just kind of twist, create a little twirl there. So to this, we are gonna add some more cheese, some more tomatoes, obviously some more bacon. So excellent. Oop, and I forgot the basil. A little bit of basil there. Just kind of get it all around. You can finish this with a good grind of fresh ground pepper if you want. Wipe that off the sides like it never happened. And voila, that is the bacon basil pasta. Thanks for watching. That is bacon basil pasta. If you would like to see more, hit that subscribe button. You can also like this video if you are so inclined. You can also head to our website where we have lots more videos, tutorials, lots of delicious recipes. Yeah, enjoy.